Did you know that 70% of all marital conflicts stem from different expectations?
Wow.
In today's video, we're gonna show you how to bridge that gap for those expectations and lessen 70% of your conflicts.
All right, then let's go. So welcome to Coffee with Chris and Megan. Meg, what are we drinking today? This is a beautiful cup of coffee.
I had to pull it up so I don't say it wrong. So it's by Vita Cup and it's the perfect cup. It's a low acid coffee. It's organic, it's single source. There's no chemicals in there. If that is important to you, we will put a link down below, and it's super affordable, which is
really good.
Winning.
1.
So let's talk expectations.
Yes.
I think the first thing that's so important when it comes to expectation is to understand and identify what the expectation is. Most of our fights happen because I have one thing in my mind.
And I have one thing in my mind.
And you have something else in your mind, and usually they're not the same.
Not copacetic.
Some of our biggest fights have happened because of unmet expectations.
That is 100% true. So be honest with yourself about where your expectations lie. Maybe you guys have a great evening routine and you're totally on the same page, but when it comes to the weekend, you have one thing in your head and your spouse has a total other thing in your head. Maybe your differing expectations really show their hand when it comes to household chores. Friend, if that's the case, we have a video we will link below on how to get your spouse to do more around the house. I'm just saying, it's a great video. We'll put that one below.
A great example of this, we were talking to a couple, and the groceries in the refrigerator were starting to dissipate throughout the week. And the wife got really upset with the husband and said he notices that the groceries are getting lower.
Right.
And why doesn't he go get more groceries? Why does he expect me to always be the one to get more groceries?
Right.
Well, this turned into harboring some bitterness, and all of a sudden a fight blew up.
Right.
Because the husband's like, are we gonna get more groceries? And she said, why don't you get more groceries?
Right.
And he said, well, you always get the groceries. I didn't know that was something you ever wanted me to do because you have a plan, you have a list, you do all your things. And so what happened here was an unmet expectation.
Yes.
That's why we encourage people, especially when it comes to roles and responsibilities, who does what?
Yes.
List it out. Who does what around the house? What does, like Meg said, what does a Saturday day look like?
Yeah.
Are we cleaning the house? Are we going golfing? Are we going our separate ways for a while? Are we planning a date night? Do we have things with the kids? We have to identify the expectations. That way it doesn't lead to a fight over an unmet expectation.
So how do we get on the same page? That's the next point.
2.
Open communication.
Open communication. In a healthy relationship, there should be no topic that's off the table, but it is all in how you approach it, right? I can come at Chris really harshly and I know that's only gonna put him on the defensive, or I can come to him, make the scenario about me and communicate through that. Something like, I wish you would plan more date nights for us. I have this expectation of date nights in my head. If you did, babe, I would feel so loved and cherished. Instead of coming at him going, you never plan any date nights, or venting to my girlfriend about he never plans any date nights, and just building this case in my head of bitterness and animosity when I've never actually communicated it to him. So open communication. And if you're looking at me like, girl, you don't even know how hard that is, we have an entire module in our course that can help you do that. We are experts at communication, and we also fail at this quite often, even though we teach you.
Failed this last weekend.
Yes, we did. So we are teaching you from a place of we know what works because we've screwed it up enough to know what works and what doesn't. And if you're not quite ready to jump into that course yet, which I would encourage you to do, we also have a video we'll link below on how to communicate when tensions are high. Check that one out.
I'll check it out.
3.
So what do you do if you get at an impasse?
Yes.
Where one person has expectations, the other person has expectations, and you can't agree with each other?
Correct.
Well, that's what marriage is about. You married someone who's different than you.
Yes, you did.
So that's where compromise comes
Ooh,
in.
that is a dirty word in some households.
We have to find compromise.
Yes.
One thing, and some of the guys are going to be mad at me for this.
Okay.
This doesn't have to be your story, but this was just my story. One thing for me, when we first got married, I loved to watch college football and pro football. So it was Saturday football and Sunday football. Then Monday night football. Then occasionally Thursday night football.
Weekend. And then Saturdays, like nights with the NFL. What are they doing? Stop doing that. Come into play. So what was our compromise?
So Megan is not really a football watcher.
I'm a supportive wife, but I'm not a...
She's not a football watcher.
Let's just
she
say
doesn't
it. Let's just say
enjoy
it.
watching football. So what I had to do is figure out, okay, the compromise is I'll give up the Saturday college football
Yeah.
to watch football on Sundays because that's what I enjoyed more. So on Saturdays we can do all the fun fall things like go to the cider mill and eat some donuts and cider and hang out and go for those walks because we've compromised.
There you go.
And now I watch football on Sunday and Megan just enjoys whatever she does while I watch football.
Whatever she does. Oh my gosh, okay. And let's just clarify, finding compromise is not about asking for permission, right? Chris is a grown man and he doesn't have to say, honey, can I please watch football? Can I please do this? No, but he loves me. We're in a relationship trying to find compromise, trying to have healthy, open communication. So he can say, babe, I would really like to watch football on Sunday afternoons. What do you think about Saturdays are really our day, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. It's like you don't ask for, honey, I would, like a wife, I would like to go shopping with the girlfriends on Saturday. Are you good with that if I do that? Instead of, can I please go shopping?
Or I'm going shopping.
Right. This is not a mom-dad
No.
situation. Like, I didn't get married to have a mom. She didn't get married to have a dad. We're
Right.
partners. We're grown-ups. We're going to just communicate. Hey, this is my expectation. I would love to go golfing Saturday. Do we have anything on the calendar?
That's it.
No? Okay, then I'm going to do that.
Right, that's it. It's being considerate of your spouse, not telling them what to do, not asking for permission to put that weird tension, like you said, in the relationship, but being considerate and open. What's the family got going on? Hey, I'd love to make this happen. What do you think?
4,
The next point is flexibility and adaptability. And no one knows how great I am at this more than Chris Ria.
This is so crucial. We do an assessment in our marriage course.
Yeah.
And coaching program where you get to see how flexible the relationship is from both people's
Yes.
point of view, and then how close you feel together. And usually they're tied hand in hand. You can feel close, but a lot of couples, when you see their flexibility, some couples think the man thinks the woman's inflexible,
Right.
or the woman thinks the man's inflexible. So having flexibility
Yes.
is crucial in a relationship. Now, this can be tricky because like in our marriage,
Yeah.
I'm super spontaneous.
Yeah.
I don't love to plan and think ahead a ton. And Megan can sit there and she can be like, okay, it's Sunday. Let's plan Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
And that
Saturday,
gives
Sunday.
me life and security, but not him so much.
So yes, that gives her peace of mind. If she has the week planned out and she knows she can go to the grocery store Sunday and she can get all the meals set up for the week, and that gives her a ton of peace of mind. Me, what happens is, yes, honey, whatever you want, because I don't want to take 2 hours on a Sunday to plan the whole week out. But then we get to Wednesday and I'm like, I don't feel like doing the plan that you had set up on Sunday because that was like 4 days ago. So we have really had to work hard, and what Megan does a great job at is like on Wednesday, if I say, I really don't want to do that, can we do something different? She's like, yes. So she sets the week up, has the plan, but she's flexible enough to say, okay, if it doesn't go 100% according to plan, we can still enjoy this week.
And I think this goes back to, one, giving your spouse the benefit of the doubt and believing the best. I know Chris doesn't change the plan because he's trying to ruin my plan, right? Chris changes the plan because he has a new idea. And 9 times out of 10, those ideas, I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. But you can only do that. And what I found for myself is the more secure that I feel in this relationship, the more flexible I can be.
Ooh, that's good.
Right? And you can learn to be more flexible when you feel secure in your relationships. I cannot emphasize that enough. And to that point, we have a video on how to be more secure in your relationships. Go watch that right now, friend.